Evening all, how are we doing? Happy Thursday. I've been slightly off kilter. I've kind of known what day of the week it is, but I kind of feel like I don't know what day of the week it is today. A bit of a weird one like that. Mind you, most days are a bit weird for me, so hey ho, how can you tell the difference? I'm on charge because eat shit. Hope we're all having a good day. Anyway, I had a busy one. Should have done this before I took my glasses off. Here we go, got it. I am blind as a fucking bat. A bit worn out today. A certain furry friend of mine shortened my night's sleep dramatically last night. Was a bit of an adorable pest before I went to sleep, and then woke me up early, and that was the end of my night's sleep. Oh well, I shall attempt to do something about it tonight. She'll probably not be cooperative, but we'll see how it goes. Got an interesting video up today, which is a little outside of my usual MO wheelhouse, etc. But did a little modding video, like sub 10-minute modding video on what is currently the most popular mod for the Outer Worlds 2, as it substantially improves performance, which we're going to take advantage of tonight. Dead simple mod that just tweaks some of the settings for the engine, and then yeah, apparently makes the whole thing run better, which is lovely. Very easy bit of modding to do as well, so I thought, you know what, makes a difference, easy bit of modding to do, let's make a video on it. So we did. I also found a mod that removes the fog of war from the game, so from the map, you know, without adding any extra features or anything, just takes the fog of war off. I'm just like, yes, makes it the way it should have been in the first place. So quite happy about that too. But I didn't include that in the video because that's an entirely different matter. That's a taste issue, not a performance issue. Him. So, how are you all doing? Have I missed anybody? No, I have not. Evening, Tengu. Evening, Madam Earth. How are we doing? Lenovo Legion 2. Bold decision buying a Lenovo product, to say the least. How are we doing, Wayne? You right? Hope we're doing well. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Free weekend for... oh, that's not very interesting. Arcadia is out, if you are into that. Claire Obscure is on offer. Not a particularly exciting set of sales this week. GOG's got a sale on the go at the minute as well. GOG, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, not the most exciting stuff in there ever. Some good stuff, but GOG's doesn't really have the best algorithm when it comes to sort of surfacing stuff that you want to play, really. You kind of have to find specific things yourself or wade through a lot of stuff. With Steam, their store will at least present you with things that are similar to what you play, which you can debate on whether or not you want algorithms surfacing ideas in that way and whether or not that's actually a good thing, but it does have its advantages. And such a thing doesn't exist for GOG, so it's not quite such a streamlined shopping experience, shall we say. My jeans are a little uncomfortable at the moment. Right, the Outer Worlds, shall we?
That'd be my pick for a first playthrough. Nice to see someone with some sense around here for once.
Oh yeah, I was potting around doing some bits and pieces for my videos, wasn't I? So, we'll load a save game. Did a little bit of extra playing and testing to make sure my that mod wasn't going to immediately blow up my game before I published the video. It did not, so I think we're good. Ursopod. So, an alien bear equivalent, I guess. Thought it was going to crash on me for a minute then. Okay, so we're down here. I believe we're looking at probably a bunch of these side quests. Westport, really, and the Automatic Repair Centre. Which... Oh yeah, and there's that one to do as well, wasn't there? But actually, I'm probably not going to do it right away. So yeah, we'll get over here to Westport, which looks to be a small other town over there on the other side of the island. So we've got Fairfield here, Westport over there, and then that's the facility we need to get to. So it looks like there is a road that takes me there either way. Cool. There's a couple of places down here I haven't explored, but still. Yes. Definitely better without the fog of war. You notice there's nothing marked that wasn't already marked. It's just, or that I couldn't already see with the fog of war. It's just less of a mess. I mean, yeah. Better. Much better. Anyway, it also occurs to me there's one building in town we haven't checked yet, so we're going to have a nosy in there. Not a massive player count then, mine. Interesting. That would be me.
Now, how am I going to pay off my bar tab? It's going to take place.
Right. So, yeah, the one place we haven't checked, well, that's a house, so mind that. But this is the doctor's office.
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here. Definitely not in excruciating pain.
Doesn't look like these guys are doing so well. Receptionist.
Please, limit all respiratory fits of coughing, choking, and or wheezing to under 10 seconds. Our air filters thank you.
Limit respiratory coughing. What about gastric coughing? Hello, I feel like the... Oh, that's just the light hitting the weird wallpaper. Cooper Erickson, who appears to be bleeding out on the floor.
Don't mean to sound unsociable, but you might not want to stand so close. The bleeding ain't contagious, but it ain't slowed much neither. I hate to bleed all over you. Wouldn't mind conversating a bit, though. Anything to take my mind off the pain. Oh, it stings.
That's a lot of blood. What happened? Hey, Val, anything you can do to help our friend here?
This unit is not permitted to operate within corporate-owned medical facilities without said corporation's consent. Non-legally binding reassurances, however, may be offered.
Reassurances, you say? Like what?
Deploying reassurance. Do not worry. You will be fine.
I guess that's something.
Well, you were given an instruction. Stop fucking around.
Look
Do
at
as you're
me,
fucking well
drawing
told.
comfort from a drone after being
Decommission you.
attacked by one. Funny world, ain't it?
Yeah, I think that's my response to that situation. If my robot turns around and goes, oh, I don't have permission to do this, I was like, I just gave you permission. Do as you're told or I'll deactivate you with a gun. I don't think I'd be tolerating back chat from my robots. Get down there. You're still up, right? How about it getting being hurt? That's a lot of blood. What happened?
I was on sentry duty, bravely surveying our perimeter for threats, when a protectorate drone attacked out of nowhere. Third time
That's a
in
very
as many
effective
days.
sentry, then.
I returned fire like it was a cereal. Bang, bang, bang! Pew, pew, pew! Oh, not excessively, of course. Don't want Auntie taking that extra ammunition out of my paycheck. Again, it was all going fine until the damn thing blasts me while I'm reloading. Mighty uncourteous, you ask me.
Drones aren't usually known for their manners. A couple of things that require items that I don't currently have. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'd prefer if they were. Like with little butler hats, programmed to say pip pip and the like. Wouldn't be cost effective, but it would be adorable.
Coltsworth?
Anyway, Trooper Faulkner happened upon the scene just then and dispatched the drone before it could finish me off. No idea where these drones are coming from, but Faulkner's been having a time of it lately. Be nice if someone helped out, but Carr's hands are tied. lack of resources, I guess. As for the rest of these fine folk, they were attacked by Protectorate while defending the forward operating base. Imagine the base is probably hurting for warm bodies just now.
Faulkner, small galaxy. You already met her.
Oh yeah? What'd you think? Pretty cunning, ain't she?
I think he's a little enamoured. I'll say she puts fear lower into anyone or any drone. Shrug, if you say so. Only a matter of time till Card demotes canid brain. I'll say.
Not sure drones can feel fear as such, but otherwise, I'd agree. The debt I owe her ain't one I intend to let go unpaid. Maybe I'll buy her a drink once I get out of here.
Yeah, good luck with that. You mentioned forward operating base before. What's that? Nice one. Nice and simple, good plan. She so delighted you think buying your drink's going to be enough. Nice and simple, good plan.
Yeah, Faulkner doesn't strike me as one for frills. Maybe
No,
if
I
I'm
agree
lucky,
with that.
we'll both get transferred to the FOB and I'll have a chance to pay back her heroics.
That doesn't seem like being lucky to me. And yeah, I mean, whole new definition of getting fobbed off that. What's this about the forward operating base?
Only one of the most lucrative posts a soldier could be assigned to. Hazard pay through the roof. The FOB's our main line of defense. The only thing stopping the Protectorate from sending their legions over that bridge of theirs and attacking us here in Fairfield. The man in charge, Commander Torres, is a legend. Rumor has it his troopers are relentless, fighting through wounds that would kill most. What I wouldn't give to join his outfit.
They're on drugs. We've already met. Give me a track record of drones to avoid live enemies. You should stay in Fairfield. Sounds like a quick way to distinguish yourself. Why don't you volunteer? I'd stay in Fairfield and not get yourself killed. It's not the nicest thing to say, but it might keep him alive, or it might not.
Playing it safe doesn't amount to much, but maybe you're right. Probably just muck things up at the FOB too. Damn it. I gotta find some way to beat these low-runger allegations. It's all a moot point till I can get this arm of mine mended. Poor Doc Barnes is working himself to the bone trying to take care of us, but he's only one man. I suppose it could be worse. At least Command's not throwing us at that relay station. Can't imagine the casualties he'd be dealing with then, given all its defenses.
Interesting. Give me 1 second. Cat decided the door was too far closed for it. You could clearly get out, but didn't feel like trying to push, apparently. Push the door open on the other side when she wants to come through. Apparently not from this side. Strange like that. I go to the bathroom and guarantee that a paw comes around the door. It's quite adorable. She can do it when she wants to, but she doesn't want me to get up and let her out. So, Protectorate attacks rogue drones. What's going right around here? Might I take a look at your arm more closely? Can't people help? Let's have a look at your arm more closely.
I don't know. You some kind of doctor type?
Right kind, but you never know. I'm indeed trained in anatomical scrutiny and bodily dissection. If it makes you feel better, I can pretend the answer is yes. No, just nosy. Medical or science? Oh no, I'm not on this character, on the other one. Anatomical scrutiny and bodily dissection. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Wow. Those must be some advanced courses, because I've never even heard of them. Well, alright then. Just hope you're not squeamish.
That's going to go everywhere, isn't it? Yep, that looks pretty bad. I've seen worse you live, probably. And yeah, let's reassure him. I've seen worse you live, probably.
That don't exactly inspire me with confidence, but I'll take a hopeful prognosis over the alternative any day.
It's been fun, but I've got places to be, have it to read. Good luck not bleeding out. Sorry, can't have been more help.
Don't sweat it none. Auntie's Choice advocates for self-reliability anyway. Can't go around expecting other people to solve my problems for me, right?
Unless they're charging you for the privilege. According to Auntie Cleo, anyway. If you're here to see the doctor isn't that letting somebody else solve the problem, that's right, got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Neither of those are particularly good. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Milver Street's gonna love you. Anyway, thanks for stopping to chat. The other troopers here ain't exactly chatty types. Maybe on account of the blood loss?
I'll do it, yeah.
No time to conversate.
Converse would probably be a better choice of words.
I must ask.
Evening, Steve. How's it going?
You'd make a great lower manager.
Biomass goo canister. Use only Auntie's authentic biomass goo. Accept no goo substitutes. Don't betray Auntie. She provides. Don't put your bits in the enemy's pockets. Only buy from reputable Auntie's choice vendors. Trooper. Barnes. Nearly dead trooper. Tank chemist. Gizmo looks really complicated and probably expensive. Can't tell much by looking at it. Most of ours are pretty empty materials. Formulate coagulant. Randomly mix chemicals and hope for the best. Or not.
Mind your own business interests. My liver ain't the lily kind. Tell it to me straight, Doc.
The bullet shattered your tibia and all but demolished your gastrocnemius muscle. Due to the risk of infection, I have to abscise your leg. There is good news, however. I recently enrolled in a course on advanced amputation techniques, so I'll be seeing a positive return on my investment sooner than expected.
Right. Shame to lose a leg, but it was to lose his life. Amputation seems a little extreme. You fetch the restraint, so I'll grab the bone saw. We can talk later. Amputation seems a little extreme.
Yeah, Doc. Is this really necessary? Kind of need my leg. You know, for getting around and such.
I don't have time to argue about this. I have other patients waiting. If you're disinclined to live, leave. Otherwise, we need to get you prepped for the procedure.
Say, how sore are my pockets gonna be after all this, Doc? Don't suppose there's a discount for only taking a portion of the leg?
I'm not running a charity. If you desire full treatment, you'll pay full cost. If that's a problem, seek compensation from your commanding officer.
You're a doctor, and medical care is a basic human right. Treat her or I'll shoot you. In the foot. And then you'll have to treat yourself. Bet you don't charge yourself. I'll charge you, though, for the bullet. I could help cover some of the costs. What if the trooper can't afford the cost of treatment and isn't recompensated? I'm sure just petition superiors for the bits. Everybody loves a panhandler. What if they can't afford the cost of treatment and isn't recompensated?
Well then, she should have thought about that before getting shot.
This is a mighty big decision, Doc. Can I have a moment to noodle on it?
I don't encourage delays, but very well. It'll take a few minutes for me to warm up the saw anyway.
Got a crowd in full crowd in your waiting room anyway to speed things up. Don't suppose I could borrow that bone saw for, reasons. Fairfield's a big town. Are you the end doctor? What's the success rate been for procedures like this?
It would be inappropriate to hazard a guess on the exact percentage, but be assured I've reduced the margin of error significantly over the years.
That doesn't sound promising. Good to hear a thing. It's a delicate way of saying you've only killed a few people. Troubling your first instinct for treating an injured leg is to cut it off. Tells me nothing. It's troubling your first instinct for an injured leg is to cut it off.
Spoken like a true fan of sepsis. However, you're not the one going under the knife, so I hardly see how it concerns you.
Yeah, well, you fuck up the procedure, sepsis could happen anyway, amongst other things. So, it depends on whether or not you trust your doctor, really, doesn't it? A doctor whose entire face is concealed and has the bedside manner of a newly awakened grizzly bear is, frankly, not one I'm inspired to trust. You the only doctor around here?
At the moment, yes. It's only medical doctor. We also have Dr. Tinsley, but let's just say she's in a different discipline altogether. I'm on my own then, more or less. In case it isn't apparent, I'm having what might be called a day. A whole platoon of soldiers decided to get themselves all shot up defending the forward operating base. And then there's Erickson. Something happened with a drone. I don't know. You'd be better off speaking with him about it.
Yes, he got shot. He indicated he could use some help. Too much work for one man. Anything I can do to assist. Should show more concern for the soldiers bleeding out in your waiting room. Too much work for one man. Anything I can do to help.
Short of you skipping back in time and ordering the coagulant I need, I doubt anything can be done to accelerate the timetable for treating these soldiers.
Can't you make the coagulant yourself? This goes right there. Here, a line of complaining. Shouldn't you be coming up with solutions? Well, either of those seem useful. Chemist right there. Chemset right there, rather.
I am a doctor, not a magician. I cannot manufacture coagulant from the aether, neither do I possess the special training to improvise with what supplies I have on hand. Now,
what do you need, Dipstick? See, I'm just choice here, but do you get many Protectorate in?
Some. Most still tout the all-healing nature of Protectorate medicine. But despite that, they're surprisingly amenable to accepting treatment.
They ain't grown up with the right to dissent. Probably wouldn't even occur to them to turn down poison if you told them to take it.
Good thing I don't prescribe poison then. Normally. In truth, I expected more resistance given the sudden transition. But I'm not one to complain of a headache I don't have. My stimulants cost a premium. But take enough and you'll see the architect. Yeah, at least that's what I've heard.
So great, we've got a drug-using doctor as well. Anti-choice adreno infusion starter. Interesting. 200 instantly, increasing up to 2 times the amount. That amount, the closer you are to death. Don't think I want that. Extra prime report, that's appealing. Coagulator mushroom. Antibiotics cream. Mercy oxymorphine. Food biomass. Off. I feel like he probably got everything he needs to actually make the stuff, the coagulant that he needs. But, yeah, definitely don't have the skill for that at the moment.
With all the professional affection a physician can legally administer. In future, you might consider moving away from bullets instead of into them.
But without my leg, how am I going to climb the ranks?
Literally, probably not very dexterously. Metaphorically, well, that depends on your own initiative, doesn't it?
It requires 2 points in medical, which I don't have. I don't really have any plans to spec into it either.
Supplies.
We are currently experiencing longer than normal waiting times. For expedited treatment, please file medical forms 49F, 87B, 93D, and 107C with the front desk.
You're on the front desk. Interesting outfit she's got. Very interesting. A little disappointed like glasses aren't an option for the player, whereas they are for NPCs. Well, I was hoping there was something I could do about that, but other than having sufficient medical skill to produce this coagulant, he won't even tell me what the coagulant is, so I can't really go out and just buy it for him. Although he does claim there isn't any to be had in town. So, I don't really have a lot of options there, I don't think. So, stalking an angry associate... try again. Stalking an associate of angry ascendants. Well, you learn that Savannah, former confidant of DeVries, is hiding out in the abandoned chapel near Fairfield. Talking to her may potentially yield some information regarding DeVries' whereabouts, or somehow aid in your infiltration of the relay station. Yep, worth a look. How's it going, Nom?
Your upper story must be more damaged than this launcher if you're back tugging on my ear again.
Feel like we got off on the wrong foot.
I'm here to do a job, not make friends. Maybe I'd feel differently if so many people's lives didn't depend on me fixing this system. But no use moaning over what ain't. If only I hadn't misplaced my repair manual last week. This would have been a cinch.
Maybe I'll find that for you.
Sure. I won't refuse an offer of free labor. I'd start your search around the military camp. Must have set it down without thinking. Just can't remember where. I'll be here if you locate it. Trying not to blow myself up.
Oh, cool. Didn't get that last time. So I did a thing earlier while I was chasing around trying to get photos that I didn't manage to succeed in getting. So I'm going to go and repeat that. Just cause. Bunch of crafting materials on top of the saloon. Anything on top of that house? Can't see anything. Oh, maybe. Wish me luck. Actually went okay. Oh, a mag pick. All that wind. Right. So, no quest for it, but you said somewhere around the military encampment, so I'm guessing it does mean out this way.
Good form.
I apparently helped myself to bullets, so I'm not going to say no to that. I mean, there's definitely a ground sheet there. There's an awfully large amount of mud in that tent. Considering there's a ground sheet. Sky Mine Maintenance Manual. We got it. Yes, I'd like to pick it up, please.
Pleasure not doing business with you.
Yeah, some of these have no mud in them, some of them are full of mud. That's interesting. Why can't I pick up the manual, though? Let's try going to talk to her again and see if we have a bit more luck. Glastonbury tent starts dry by the weekend, fills my mind. Well, to be honest, the one year I did go to Glastonbury, I did actually stay in a tent that was not a million miles away from that. It was cheap and shit, and it basically became a river at one stage. But, yeah. You do?
This launcher ain't going to fix itself.
Found the repair manual you mentioned.
You did? That'd be the first thing that's gone right today. All right, let's see it.
Some idiot glued it down, but, okay. Some idiot glued it down, so I left it there. I didn't take it, but remember enough to fix the launcher.
Well, you certainly sound confident in your powers of retention. I'll be over there if you need me. Way over there. Should clear the blast radius at that distance.
It didn't really suggest I'd actually read it. Recalls maintenance manual info for repair, or I can use engineering, but I don't have engineering, so we'll use the manual. Boots off before you get in. Or better yet, go in backwards and leave your feet outside, especially if it's raining. Then take your boots off so as little of you as possible gets wet. But either way, don't just tramp in the mud. And in that case, though, I don't think it's just muddy boots. Fixed them. Spring out around there. Yeah. Nice.
All right, so you got her working. Bully for you.
Don't sound so disappointed.
No, sorry, you're right. You did me, and all of Fairfield, a good turn here. Just thought I'd feel more relieved when the launcher was working again.
Yeah, I had good fun while I was there. But we did have one day where it rained quite a bit, and yeah, my tent didn't do so well. What was that at the other festival? Because I went to 2 festivals that year, and the second one was where I thoroughly abandoned that tent. It was just terrible. I can't remember which one it flooded up. It wasn't a great tent, though. Right. Thought I'd feel more relieved when the launcher was working again. You don't?
There's just this weight in my chest won't loosen. Worry gunking up my inner workings. Protectorate could launch an attack from that Vox station anytime. What if the mines aren't enough?
Then you'd be dead, I expect. You really care about Fairfield, don't you? Do something then. Don't just stand around wringing your hands. Here's the thing. Don't really want to encourage... I mean, we've just helped Auntie's Choice protect the town a little bit. Which means it's a harder situation for the Protectorate to win. It's probably not enough to help Auntie's Choice defeat the Protectorate, though, either. And we don't really want to upset the balance and have either side become advantaged. I don't want to see both sides fail. So... I don't think I'm going to go where they do something, because I don't want to encourage that. Don't do that, because that's just mean. So I think it's... you care about the town, don't you?
Why do you think I was so twisted up about the launcher? I know I can be brusque. The word unpleasant's also been bandied about before.
Otley. You don't say. I wouldn't call you unpleasant. Might think it, but wouldn't say it. You're just gruff. A little gruff, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, she seems alright, really. Just a little bit stressed, really.
Yeah, I'm a real piece of work. Maybe that's why we worked well together.
That sounds good, no?
Managed to cobble some frags together from a damaged mine earlier. Who knows? Might get you out of a pinch one of these days. And seeing how expertly you worked, you may as well take this armor modification too. I'm sure you'll have an easier time installing it than I would.
Oh, nice. 2009, I think it was for me now. Saw some good stuff, had a good time. Michael Jackson died while we were there. Alright, well, she gave me like armor mod, didn't she, somewhere? Grenade bandolier, oh, that's not very exciting. Wait, there's one more quest in town I want to go and do. I'll remember. Before we leave. I keep running past this guy and forgetting to talk to him.
Something I can help you with?
Just checking in to see if anything luck with that terminal.
Not yet. Though, if anyone asks, I'm making unprecedented progress.
Seems like it'd be easy to find a workaround for.
You think so, huh? But these Protectorate systems aren't like ours back home. Trip the wrong switch and you get locked out. Have to start all over. Ask me how I
know. Like they say, if at first you don't succeed.
Have another smoke?
Damn right, it's a solution to everything. Exactly. Wait, no, try again. You should try again. So that terminal's never getting fixed. Damn right.
Sometimes you gotta get away from the problem in order to solve the problem. That's what I'm doing. I hope.
Let's test that theory. Bye.
You vent all the fun out of being agreed with.
So, yeah, he wanted me to find the guy who used to work on it. Who I happened to see in passing this afternoon, so...
People think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Well, maybe I am drunk. Drunk on bold ideas.
Annoying as shit is what you are.
I see a huge opportunity for us in Fairfield. There's zero competition and plenty to drive people to drink.
It's a good situation to be in from a business standpoint. Sanitizer Magnus. This is what we need.
Time for another performance review already. Apologies, I'm still applying the required elbow grease to scour these surfaces, just like a novice facility sanitizer should.
You were formerly a drone operator, right? Need help bypassing security protocols. Looks clean enough. I guess you're doing a good job. Facility sanitizer. You mean a janitor? Yeah, you missed a spot. Keep up the passable work. Facility sanitizer? You mean a janitor?
Oh no, I'm not getting demoted again, am I? This meritocratic society is still so foreign. The workplace skullduggery, the prioritizing of self over community, the excessively colorful nutrition.
Why do you keep getting demoted?
Fear I'm not cut out for this canid, eat canid lifestyle. Seems the only way to flourish is through general underhandedness and ruthless efficiency. Never picked up those skills in my 50 years as Fairfield's drone operator. Pity they didn't keep me on there. I was quite skilled at it.
I'm not much for the Sprat race either.
Oh wait, there's a Sprat race? Are we expected to bring our own... never mind, I'll figure it out.
Do you know how to get around security protocols in the drone terminal?
Why, of course. Once a drone operator, always a drone operator. Just enter this code and you should be able to circumvent any lockouts.
Save me a huge headache. That's all I needed. Now back to work. Just save me a huge headache.
Thank you for making me feel like a vital cog in the system again. Well, now I better get back to cleaning. The only good employee is a useful one after all.
Think that guy will be able to get his job back under the circumstances. This guy can't fix it. He knows how to fix it. He could quite easily just walk in there and go, yeah, by the way, you want that fixing? I'll need a better job. As in my old job back and a pay rise. Otherwise I'll just leave you to it. Access security protocols. Reset target priorities. I can do that now. So set altitude choice to friendly and protected hostile. I kind of don't want to do that. But again, it's like, was it 3 drones? Yeah, 3 drones. Again, it'll just help prolong the stalemate, really, I think, in that case.
Look at him go. Car's gonna be pleased.
Piezoelectric stun button.
Drones launched and no one dead. I'd say this calls for a celebratory smoke.
You're welcome. Enjoy the fruits of my hard labor. Some days you just manage to pull the right levers. You're welcome. No, you know what? Some days you manage to pull the right levers. Although 2 is a bit more renegade-y. Renegade-y option, sure.
Say, maybe we don't mention your part in all this to Carr, huh? Truth be told, she's taken issue with me as of late. I could really do with not looking the fool again.
How about you go clean the toilets and the other guy takes your job again because he actually knows how to do it. Not gonna lie, she asks. I'm in a good mood. Why not? And you take credit for my work? Not a chance. Well, it undermines their position a little bit, so I'm in a good mood. Why not?
You're a real pal. You will definitely be getting a high score from me during the biannual peer review. And before you go, take these. I reckon they'll come in handy to someone of your expertise.
Well, actually, no, but anyway. Well, some of them might. Right, so that's us done with town. What was the new thing I got? I got a new weapon, didn't I? Button. Originally designed for relay runs and drum corps in educational facilities, this baton, with its highly charged core and conductive metal exterior, is now popular with kids of all ages. It'll clobber things and do electric damage, which is not really what I want anyway, but let's move on.
This paradigm thing people are always going on about, does it really improve your life?
Oh, yes. The paradigm we serve supplies all we deserve.
I wonder if it would help me. Is it available in extra strength?
Say what? I think they might need to pave the streets around here, though. Mud's not the best.
Nothing important? Turret shot her 15 times. No way that didn't do something.
If I'm gonna get back to bits, Islander, now's the time.
Piece of shit. Right, so there's a path just up here. How's the frame rate in town? Substantially better. I didn't actually look, but that's a good sign in and of itself.
Those Protectorate folks in Westport, think they'll ever come around?
Oh, it's still a Protectorate town. Interesting. So we're a little under 60 now, but it's a hell of a lot better. Oh, around about 60 steady. 66, 62. So we peaked at 66. We're dropped back to 55 there. 54. Going back up again. There you go. Between 55 and 65, roughly. So, way better than the barely clinging on to 30 that we had before. It's even higher when I'm not streaming, of course. It's more like a ride. Yeah. Definitely, definitely an improvement. And say, I also put a No Fog of War mod on, so I'm happy about that too. Where we need to go. You start replaying Outworlds 1. If you enjoyed it, yeah, and you're not down for playing this one yet, I'm enjoying this one more than I did the first one. I was hoping would be the case.
Whoa, Val. Watch where you're pointing that shooter of yours. You've been pitching a little unevenly.
Since the fastball incident of '97, automechs are not permitted to participate in tossball games, leagues, or tournaments.
I mean, your aim's been off. Wouldn't want me or the good commander here catching any strays.
When attempting to capture a stray animal, approach slowly and quietly. If the animal senses danger, it may grow aggressive.
You know what? Forget I said anything. You're doing great.
The upgrades changed the look of her. I didn't realise that. Because I got the first of her upgrades. Now got a knife, an injector, and a claw. Guns. And yeah, she's not looking quite as beaten up as she was. That's cool. Didn't realise that. Yeah, enjoying so far. Given how apparently easy the tweaks were to make that the mod I installed did, the changes that mod made were really, really simple ones, apparently, if you know what you're doing. I'm cautiously optimistic that Obsidian themselves might make those changes. I missed. But we'll have to see, won't we? Yeah, crapsicles. I don't want to jump over it, I want to get on it. Beck. I'm not so optimistic that they'll put a photo mode in, and that's definitely something they should have done in the first place. Realistically, I should go around here and see if I can find a good spot. Because the sun is on this side of the building. It's actually quite nice. It's quite pretty in a very stylized kind of a way, this game. Plants in particular.
We're closed.
Yeah, didn't really ask what you thought. Have I played Atomic Heart? Not yet. I would like to. However, I am waiting until such point as either, either the invasion of Ukraine ends, or, in an appropriate outcome, that being, or the price drops to the point where it's absolutely negligible, because, whilst one can't always do much about it, in this particular case, I choose not to put money into the Russian tax coffers. So, yeah, that's why I have not played it. Yet. I'd like to, but, yeah. Praising the architect and honouring the equation. The Order of the Ascendant strives to continually demonstrate that the truth of the universe lies within purest of mathematics, the universal equation, a perfect mathematical expression that generates all of existence. Though through its flawless calculation, all things are possible. As our knowledge of the equation grows, we asymptotically approach the ideal state of ascendancy, where we shall become one with the universe, or know the mind of the architect, if you will. Was the architect a being? Not in the sense that you and I are, but that is of no matter, literally and figuratively. Like the terms in the formula, the architect is an abstraction of the mathematically perfect, yet unknown energies that spawned the universe. We honour the 0 point of the grand plan with that name, as well as the omega point of the equation with the same boundary expression. So, let us give thanks to the architect for our part in the perfection of the grand plan, be it as an enlightened mathematician or simply a programmer of manual labour automechanicals. Honour the equation and the architect with every action, no matter how mundane such action may feel, for every action is a step towards the eventual realisation of the equation. Yeah. There's a photo mod. I hadn't seen one this morning. I will look again. At the very least, I would appreciate one that allowed me to hide the HUD effectively, like the whole HUD with a single press. That would be a start. Done that, that can go away. Right. Note made. Cheers, mate. Oh, is there one? You're asking. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, I'll check again later anyway. That certainly doesn't hurt. Might be a bit early to expect one to appear this quickly, but you never know. So, she set up camp in an abandoned chapel. It really does look like she's camping in here. Got a surprisingly comfortable looking bed given the situation she's in. And a little electric stove. Or some kind of powered... No, it looks... Well, some kind of powered stove that's currently boiling water in a frying pan.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan.
Yeah. I thought it was bullshit too. You're a friend of Augustine de Vries, aren't you? I haven't found her journal yet, though. Why are you here?
Obviously, as the result of the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. I don't know. I'm no scientician.
I'm just saw something I need to do. Any signs of her journal? Probably not here. I might push on in the event of it's a book. I don't find it. Yeah, I'm not going to go looking for it. We'll be here all day. It's one or the other is recommended. Not both. And I have one of them at least.
Welcome back to my chapel of fear and futility.
You're a friend of Augustine de Vries, aren't you?
Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea.
Niles, shut up until I tell you to talk.
I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
Let them talk. That's enough now. It's difficult for her. Let her explain what she's talking about. To be honest, I want to clout him upside of the head because he's talking out of turn and he needs to pipe the feck down. He's going to screw over my manipulating the information I want out of her. So, unfortunately, slapping up upside of the head is not going to help. Not in front of her, anyway. So I will go with good cop, bad cop, I guess. It's difficult for her. Let her explain what she's talking about.
The anguish she always seemed to battle with. I fear it may have finally overwhelmed her. And could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action.
And what's that? I'm guessing she never talked about trying to kill her team? I'm guessing she never talked about trying to kill her team.
No.
Yeah.
But even not knowing the details, I could see it troubled her. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible. But I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor.
Victor's the guy who you accused her of conspiring with, right?
How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you?
Yep.
Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me.
Did you ramble on about Sentinels versus the Cult of Corporism? A serial a lot? Is it true the Order somehow helped aunties invade, like the Protectorate is saying? Fascinating, but I have to find her before she does something drastic. Did you sort of ramble on about the Sentinels versus the Cult of Corporism serial a lot?
Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. It didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things.
Kind of Crabble obsessed around her.
Not to go down that road again.
Again?
She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse.
How did you meet? Is it true the Order somehow helped on... how did you meet?
We became friends when she... Well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could.
What's your part of the order? Seems like knowing I was unsettling for you. What's your part of the order? Seems like knowing I was unsettling. I can go down that road.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing at first. But slowly I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that too.
Did you ever see her again? Let's check.
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me.
Was she still there? Did you talk to her? Seems like a huge risk to protect her subject. The safe in her house was empty. You don't know anything about that, would you? Safe in her house was empty. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Yes, and I am ashamed to admit it. Though if she hadn't wanted me to, she wouldn't have told me the code. Same one she used for everything. 15-778.
That's helpful.
That is Agent DeVries's identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty.
What do you know about what she was doing at the Vox station?
What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
Guess we need to find this Victor chap. So, is it true the Order somehow helped Aunties invade?
No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them.
Which was? Something we're not going to hear about, apparently. Okay, well, I best find her before she does something drastic.
I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
I think it's going to take more than you saying she's unwell and some hope for her to stop me putting a bullet between her eyes. Definitely unwell, but there's no hope for her. I'm going to kill her. We'll see what she has to say for herself before deciding anything. Yeah, I'll do that. Still probably shoot her. Did just attempt to slaughter, well, successfully slaughter a lot of people, and to no good end. I might add. Me included. And it's the me included bit that I'm not inclined to forgive. So we need to head down here. We also need to go that way. So I think we'll do Niles' side quest, because I think that's going to be the next thing. Yeah. That looks like the place I've got to go. I'm tempted to jog on down there and see if I can't get a decent picture of it. Dead corporate trooper. Good to know. Unless that's... No, that's Fairfield. Okay, never mind. Not sure how I managed to end up going the wrong way so dramatically.
All right, Val. Now seems as good a time as any to test how your personality module is functioning. Why don't we start simple? Val, how's the weather today?
Proceeding with lengthy and unnecessary small talk.
Let me stop you right there. Oh, guess that's what I get for trying to hack together your last rebuild with Protectorate parts.
Have we here? Sealed up. Arbiter training facility. Interesting.
Always been curious about the kind of training that'll produce an Arbiter. Can't imagine it's pleasant. You hear that? Sounds like a Dragoon tromping about. I don't fancy making its acquaintance.
Who asked you, Niles? Dangerous enemies. Ah, I see. Enemies with skulls next to the health bar are dangerous, signifying you might be too underleveled to fight them. If you're having trouble overcoming them, go in a few levels and come back later. Yeah, maybe we will come back a bit later. Smells like the sort of place that might have a quest attached to it. There's going to be quite a bit over here, potentially. Corporate Trooper.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472. 472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves full of holes.
Alright. They're camping in some kind of substation.
About the damage those crabbles are gonna do to my machines.
They're crabbles. They ain't gonna do nothing to your precious terminal. Only thing they're a danger to was us.
Yeah, you may have the right of it. I just ain't certain.
Can't help you. Sorry.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
Personal, like, traded some wages not to have to deal with saltwater for a while.
If you're wondering why
just
there's
fine
so
by
many
me.
engineers sitting here on their
Residue
rears,
is more than
it's
a
because
mite
the dang
irritating.
crabbles ran us out of the desalinator. Now we're stuck here on standby wages.
Interesting.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Wants any changes reported. I hate that kind of work. It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract. Milver Street is offering bits rewards for anything of import we can tell him. But I do love bids. Come on, friend.
Westport Observational Report. Anti-choice Observational Report. Infrastructure state. Moderate to low. Initial fighting caused substantial damage to infrastructure. They still have power, limited potable water, and passable fortifications. Worth noting they're experiencing severe shortage of auto mechanicals. Morale state. Moderate. Morale is holding in Westport. Subjects believe the Sovereign will swoop in and save them. Results seem rather fragile, though. Couple more hardships should shatter that. Standoff is working against us. Additional notes. Vigilant Hogarth himself is preoccupied by some schism in local command. Type of internal conflict in the Protectorate chain of command should be exploited if possible.
Let's go set our lamps and something juicy from Milver Street.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir.
Excellent. At ease, Scout. Glad to hear that they haven't managed to repair it, even if Command has temporarily put the actual fighting to a stop.
Yes?
Okay. Yep, like that. Looks like it might be trouble. Oh, I'm exposed to, what's it? Uranium tanks intact despite the damage I've suffered. Should be enough uranium inside to create several uranium grenades if I had the skill, which I don't.
Must be at least a few usable parts in here. Ah, it's warped. Just like everything else. Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found any usable parts in all this debris?
Just bits of scrap, nothing complete. Can I ask why? Don't. No, I don't dig through refuse. Don't have time for this. Bit of scrap, nothing much.
Westport's stockpiles of replacement parts are nearly depleted. I need to find some parts to convert some of our automechanicals, non-combat parts. Fortunately, there's nothing here that's salvageable. Auntie's bombs sure take their toll, don't they?
What are they trying to convert your mechs today?
Let's just say to fill Westport's needs. If you follow the road heading north, you can't miss it. Used to be a sight to behold, but the war hasn't been kind to it. To any of us.
Such is the way of war.
True enough. A few years ago, I couldn't have imagined us running short of anything. And now here I am, digging through scrap for parts. But I digress. Was there anything else? Need to get back to my hunt, you understand?
Where was this convoy of mechs headed?
Unless I missed my guess, this looks like it was transporting damaged and malfunctioning automechs from the Vox station to the Automech Repair Center to the south of here. The center is... Say, you don't work for Antes, do you? This is beginning to feel more than a little like you're digging for intelligence.
I assure you that I'm not. At this point, would it matter if I was? At this point, would it matter if I was?
Fair enough. As I was saying, the Automech Repair Center is south of here. Regrettably, subjects of Westport no longer have access to the repair center, hence my need to scavenge.
Yeah, were these damaged by an Antis attack?
No. The bomb certainly took a fierce toll, but I suspect these were all in various states of disrepair even before Anti's offensive, which has made sorting out where to begin my efforts here rather difficult. There should be a manifest somewhere, but it's nowhere to be found. Nor are the troopers who should have been escorting this. Or their bodies.
Is this game better than Fallout 4? I would say no, not yet. But I rather like Fallout 4, so there is that. It has its similarities in some ways, but yeah, I think Fallout 4 is probably better. No base building either, so definitely a mark against it. Perhaps they turned traitor and set the bomb themselves. Could they have been killed by wild creatures and dragged off? Perhaps they turned traitor.
These were stalwart defenders of the Protectorate we're talking about here. Not the spineless stumblewits that comprise the forces of Anti's choice. No. Some other unfortunate fate has befallen them. Could have been any manner of terror brought upon us by Antis.
Right.
Likewise.
Have to make an exit.
And please inform me if you happen upon any usable parts.
Okay. So, I think we're going to head into town before we do anything else. I'd like to cross off stuff on this side rather than... that's looking cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to cross off stuff on this side before I press on with the main story.
What do you mean you're leaving?
Ship's over. I have a wife outside this place.
Let me know when
distraction. How are you still up?
Oh, I got effed. Trauma kits can be revived. Yeah, might as well. Still one more out that way, huh?
Appreciate a little help.
I'm not using another trauma kit right now. Walked into quite the show there, didn't we? Homicidal employees, which, you know, I kind of understand, but...
There must be at least a few usable parts in here. Ah, it's warped. Looks like everything else.
Max rifles, pistols, shotguns. Okay.
What do you mean you're leaving? Shift's over. I have a life outside this place, you know.
Let me know when you need it.
Take cover.
Sequencing attack strategies.
That's a crap shooting. Leaders and bosses. Some particularly tough enemies are noted via their health bar, signifying that they are especially challenging, reserved for leaders and strongest fighters of the group. Enemies more resistant to certain powerful effects, requiring them to take damage first and make them weak. Okay. I'd love to help you out, Niles, but I don't know where the heck you are. There you are.
Knew you had my back.
For some reason I couldn't move sideways there, which seems to happen quite regularly. Definitely too regularly anyway.
Got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
Drug crash. Wonderful. Apparently one was enough to do that. Ah, I'm down. Whew. Seem to be, don't have any companions able to revive me. That's unfortunate. Interesting. This is a challenging fight. The first seriously challenging one we've run into.
Ship's over. I have a life outside.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Nice. Right, a little bit of progress. There we go. So it went well exactly, but it didn't go badly. Push up a little. Okay. Alright. Something vaguely resembling progress. Alright, oh, that's not really where I want to be, I don't think.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
Oh, come on! Robbed I was. Oh, this is tough. Although I'm not exactly sure what's going on in terms of the difficulty level, because clearly this is a group of very tough enemies. But yeah, you'd think, given where I am in story and stuff, I'd be better equipped to deal with these folks. Feels like the levels scaling may have gone a bit wonky somewhere around here. Right, it's that guy down at least. No foe over there. Right. Now, we should be in something vaguely resembling a position to push up. Seems the thing to do here is aim low as well, which provides a little reason, but... Yes, I'm aware what a jog crusher is at this point. Fuck! Not sure how those shots didn't land. They definitely should have landed, I feel. And I just realised I could have used a trauma kit there, but I didn't.
Ship's over! I have a life outside the
Ready to waste them. On your command.
Hostiles detected ahead. Recommended course of action. Violence. Potential combatants in the vicinity.
Got him. Was, yeah. But my, TTD is not coming back as fast as I would like is mildly challenging. That was not what I had in mind at all. The slide is really kind of annoying from a control point of view. That one down. It's a lot of range to be landing these shots at.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander. I'm the one you need to worry about. Over here! Breathe all in the head!
All right. So that's that one dealt with.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Right. What is going on? No, but I got a little bit soft there. Aha!
Dispensing life-preserving medicine.
Right. So we're going to have to push up, aren't we? Do with the ability to lean around cover here. Let's see ya. You're out in the open, Barry. You are. Well, I can't revive you there.
Commander's vital stats have reach health benefits available at your request.
This is not going to work. We get a crash, which is fine. Gotcha. Yet. Did I get him? I did not. That's fine. Because I got him. Oof. That was a fight. New flaw, overprepared. Missing a shot or two doesn't matter, you've already reloaded. If you ever let your weapon run out of ammo, you'll do less damage for a short time, but all of your guns now hold more ammo. Increased magazine size, but reduced damage if my mag runs out. I've got shotguns in there. If I wasn't using shotguns... Mind you, I could switch to pistols, couldn't I? Put a pistol in instead of a shotgun, but... I need something that's not slow and snipey, really. I need something to offset it, so I might have to grab a machine pistol or something like that. Actually, that might not do enough damage, so... Shotguns, rifles... yeah, pistols aren't going to do the job. So with this build, no, I'm not going to do that. It's too much of a problem for the shotguns. Also, weapons I don't have bonuses for. Other than auto pistols. I haven't seen any shotguns that match the drill there. Light pistol. Not very helpful. Oh, skills available. Cool. Where are we? We'll put one in there at the moment, aren't we? And lockpick can follow. No perks right now. Okay. Yeah, I've got marksman rifles, pistols and shotguns that I get bonuses for. Which is great. Homicidally irritable employee. I might have got another one up here, but maybe I didn't. I did see auto pistols, but I feel they're probably not going to have the damage output I need. Biomass pistol. On the other hand... Mind you, I've done it now, haven't I? So, meh. Although I could go back and do the fight. I'm not going to do the fight again. Memo to staff. I, your humble product envisioner, want to thank every one of you, every single one among you today. When we first arrived at this facility, it was literally a barn in here. We'd seized from the Protectorate a modest use agricultural landholding, a rundown old farmhouse and barn, a few harvesters, a seed silo that leaked when it rained. Whoever thought such a meager farmstead could be transformed virtually overnight into the most innovative research centre on the entire island? Let me tell you, I did because I believed in you. You did because of your deep trust in our shared vision, and that's how together we make audacious advances. Okay. Lab notes. So this next batch of samples could be interesting. They're taken from a nearby spire with a distinct red colour. Comes from a species of red plant indigenous to that area. It produces many of these red spores which colour the surrounding landscape. There's nothing else like it on Paradise Island. I have them laid out for initial examinations, which will commence after lunch. In the meantime, I'm submitting the raw data from our analysis so far to memorialise it as per standard practice. Okay. I must say what I've seen so far is both curious and intriguing. Confidential memo to all local managers. Product Envisioner Ahmed Ormsby to senior staff, confidential staff reduction. As you're aware, our important work at the lab here is being hindered by a handful of incompetent, quarrelsome, unholy, irredeemable personnel who've become a liability to our quarterly reports. Normally I would transfer such resource training employees to frontline combat, yet that is not an option while hostilities are at a standstill. Rather than further demote these sluggards and sycophants to even less industrious positions, I have appealed to their base natures by inviting each of them to participate in a promotion acceleration program. Ostensibly a series of outdoor skill building exercises located at spires around the island with the promise of moulding these select staff members into VP material. In reality, perhaps 5 hazardous wilderness exercises leverage participant ineptitude to achieve maximum mortality. So I was trying to get them killed off. All right. I'm confident PAP will offload our most irksome personnel. As an insurance policy, a final activity is set on the northern tip of the northern island, an area infested with corporate Raptidon assets turned feral. Your cooperation in concealing this ruse is much appreciated and also mandatory. Download data. Okay. No, I wonder how much of this plant that they're working on has got to do with their going a little nutso. I suspect quite a lot. I knew there was a body around here somewhere. Has got anything good on it anyway? So, what's the deal with this here biomass pistol I've acquired? 52 damage, 28 times 8, so not as good as the shotgun, obviously. Quite cool though. Magazine size is 32. I've got 60 shots, so that's not great. It's better than my repeater though. Probably not as accurate at range though. Could do with an extra slot to put that in, so I've got a mid-range, so I can use it as kind of a medium-range weapon. And the night draws in. Ooh, arr. Back is telling me I need to adjust my posture. There's a bit more ammo. The biomass pistol. Biomass pistols akimbo. Plasma soak. Nice. Visionary work requires unique perspective. Where others see nature, we see untapped resources. Yeah. That ain't how we ended up in this mess. I don't know what is.
The place is in shambles. What happened here?
They went nuts. What does it look like? Who am I kidding? I know exactly what's going on. Probably make some ammo while I'm here if I need it. Really would like a decent armor upgrade, to be honest. Right now, I have not come across anything that fits the bill. Goop. Large quantities of goop. It's very interesting. The balanced trip blade. Some decent damage on that. Not sure how I feel about doing a melee build in this game, really. Oh, feck. I don't know if it's possible to get up there or not, but it sure feels like it should be possible. Quick save. Oh, it is. No, it's what you'd call advantageous, but definitely possible. Suppose if I knew what was going on here, I might have snuck in and achieved some kind of goal without quite so direct confrontation, maybe. Possibly by coming up the outside here. Coming through that way and sneaking through. Right.
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since you arrived. You must be affected as well.
So this is the guy who was sending his people off to die when they went a little crazy. Chemical counteragent and red spore sample, neither of which I possess. So I guess we're going to find out, aren't we?
You there? More likely affected too, aren't you? Scream twice for yes.
Right then. Yeah, but...
Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in our present crisis. I, Elmet Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advances, am your interim supervisor.
You want me to see your assistant? Employees here don't seem to survive that long. Change your tune a bit since sending that distress signal. I don't recall getting a distress signal, but okay. You don't seem to be in much of a position to be making demands. I'm going with the last one.
Because I've squirreled myself away inside our test chamber for safekeeping? Well, I assure you my position as lead visionary of this innovative lab persists regardless. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me. as an aide-de-camp of sorts, on a brief yet no doubt exhilarating assignment.
Need to know the specifics before I agree to anything. We should discuss my fee before we get any further. How did you end up trapped in there?
Whole thing was ghastly. One of my assistants and I heard a loud noise. He left to investigate while I continued working on our experiment. When he failed to return, I peeked outside and saw the others run in, bloody, gibbering, hunting for targets. They'd clearly been exposed to some virulent new form of experimental agent. I ran back and locked myself in this test chamber to avoid contamination.
A veterinary lab like this gets to set its own agenda, right?
Well, you'd certainly think so, but management sets the goals. Our humble research team works to deliver.
Fine, whatever, tell me what you need done. Tell me about this innovative science you're working on.
Our lab had been researching the red spores that grow nearby to see if they might contribute to future Auntie's Choice products. As per usual, we threw precaution to the wind. A local spore sample interacted with a wonderfully preservative-rich diet of Auntie's Choice personnel, inadvertently leading to a chance reaction causing profound irritability. To a somewhat homicidal degree, it would seem to appear. By that measure, our work here could be considered a moderate success.
You must be a visionary scientist to succeed in such a haphazard fashion. How would you go about formulating a cure if you ignore all the death and murder, I guess? You know what? I'm leaving. You must be a visionary scientist to succeed in such a haphazard fashion, seeing as I've got the brilliant trait.
Well, of course. Succeeding in a haphazard fashion is one of the first courses taught to Auntie's Choice students in any field. But yes, I am something of a visionary. You see, our lab is a far cry from the others. You're part of something bigger here. The individual not only thrives, but shines even more brightly with the help of their brethren. It all requires a certain devotion. In the end, it's really quite in the best interests of everyone's careers. A rising tide raises all boats, as they say.
Perversely compelling. What's the next move? I think the word you meant to say is manipulation. I think I'll give him shit just because I can.
Speaking of the team, such as they are in their present deranged state, how did you make it past them? You know, without being killed.
I used their corpses as a lead storage facility. I murdered practically everybody. Walked in without incident. Everyone's very nice to me. I feel like lying to this man, to be honest. Seeing as his the solution to... well, he wouldn't mind me murdering his staff because he was doing it anyway. But I'm gonna undermine him at every turn, I think.
I find that highly unlikely. Some failed attempt at levity, perhaps, to mask fear. No matter. What matters most is getting out of here alive, saving our researchers a close second, and curing my remaining colleagues a firm third.
Sure, your subordinates find the attitude quite inspiring.
As you're now one of them, I'll take that as a compliment. But enough glad-handing me. Regarding what we need, well, it should all be rather straightforward.
I recognise the voice actor.
I suspect we'd use a top-down indirect coronium synthesis method, don't you think?
Need more medical skill? No idea. Well, doubtlessly. Indubitably.
Oh dear. It's occurred to me this might benefit to some extent from medical training. Are you perhaps someone well-versed with pharmacological matters?
Oh. I lack much of a medical background. I barely know my tibia from my fibia. Yeah, I have to... No, I can't remember which one's which. I have some medical training. Just tell me how and where to put it to use. Alright. I lack much of a medical background.
Apologies. I do tend to assume everyone has a doctorate. No matter, if you are capable of following simple instructions, I'm sure I can guide you through it. Tremendous. Well then, before we roll up our sleeves and determine what's needed, any questions?
I'd like to know more about your program.
Oh, my favorite topic. By all means, fire away.
What exactly are you trying to do here?
Our lab's focus is the utilization of local flora and fauna in development of commercial products and proprietary methods. Anything else before we set to it?
Using the local plant life and animal life to produce whatever the fuck they can find. So, is this laboratory some kind of repurposed silo?
Yes, the Protectorate formerly utilized it for seed storage or something equally prosaic. Nothing as provocative as groundbreaking research. But as much as I'd love to natter on, we probably ought to get matters underway.
He sounds awfully like the Joker. It's not Mark Hamill, is it? No, surely not. But probably somebody inspired by his performance as the Joker. Yes, less nattering, more antidoting.
We'll need two things. Fresh samples of the red spores and the findings from the expedition that originally uncovered them. After that, an antidote should be possible in relatively short order, with your skilled assistance, of course.
Kiss ass. Old samples aren't good enough. We can probably scrape up some of the goo. Collecting all the findings from the expedition.
Oh, exceedingly fortunate. Just one thing left to gather then. Spore samples may be taken from a red plant indigenous to an area of tall rock formations northwest of here, ingeniously referred to as the Red Spire.
I'll be off
Once
you then.
we have an antidote firmly in hand, we can save my remaining colleagues, so best not murder them all in the meantime.
Well, about that. Prefer not to murder them all, but to be honest, they're not exactly big on giving me options, is it?
Moving fast and breaking things.
The lab that shouted incoherently and often. Red spores. Cool. That's quite a trek. Yeah, I guess we just get rolling then. There's any reason to do otherwise right now. Actually, not that far of a trek at all. It just looks on the map like it's a big old trek. Assume it's that ugly old thing there. With a little extra health, I think.
Goodwin here. Field report update. We are approaching the Raptidon den. These beasts have exhibited excessive irritability as of late. We endeavor to determine why. Surely the red spores aren't to blame. Windborne spores lack the catalytic agent of our food additives. Only way to be certain is to gather a stool sample. Simple enough. A routine task for the Audacious Advances field team. Quiet now as we approach the rap's nest. Certainly the spirited variety will offer... Oh, no! Oh, okay. We need to run now!
Yeah, chattering away, got herself into trouble from the sound of it. Cool. okay. Oh, that's large. Who's in the name, I suppose? Raptodon Colossus. Nice.
Foraging time's over. We should have what we need.
Ooh, incendiary triple barrel shotgun, shock soak. Let's compare that to my current shotgun, shall we? That's good from the look of it. Not sure why it would be less good. Ah, it's double-barreled. No, both triples. Okay, I see. While others offer mid double-barrel shotguns, Anti-Choice offers a triple-barrel power. Raptor Pro is premium choice for big game hunters and cargo security agents alike. So they are exactly the same. For some reason, that one's worth more and does less damage than the one I modded myself. So as I fully understand, question still remains, can one get across there? Maybe. Not if we fall in the water. Right. Back we go. Now, how many samples might be worth having, but let's grab some extras just to be on the safe side. Mind you, given what this stuff does, I'm not sure carrying it around is exactly what I should be calling the safe side, but anyway.
Entering a presentation state. You are leading to a massive amount of fluid, Commander. Describing emergency protocols.
Alright. Got a bit cocky there and nearly got myself killed. Fortunately, nearly is not actually, so that's okay. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Nice.
My most favorite, least homicidal subordinate. How's all our fieldwork progressing?
Data cartridge and fresh spore samples.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look at you. And to think I just forcibly coerced the first gormless dunderhead who walked by and found you. Lucky me. Now, first things first. Place the data cartridge in the drawer for me, right here, in the slot below my intercom.
Test samples can be passed in and out.
Allow me to give this a cursory eyeball and... I'm sure we have the correct neutralizing agent here in the lab. I'll nose out the exact compound within our chemical reserves in 2 shakes of a rat's tail.
Good thing more spores are available, so I guess you're not even surprised about the effects of this chemical agent.
Well, it's a textbook example of the medulla oblongata wagging the cerebellum. Although,
No, it isn't.
frankly, there's a plethora of ways to stimulate the reptile brain into such a flurry. None of the previous methods were anywhere close to being this commercially viable. But where there's a will, there's a way to make a profit. Honestly, this whole process is 1 part scientific testing, 2 parts improvisation, and a dash of pure, undiluted panache. Exactly what we do best. Was only a matter of time.
How much trouble do you think you'll be in over this outbreak? How's that counter agent coming along? How much trouble do you think you're going to be in?
This might work out yet. And he may ignore our recent setbacks if I deliver an easy-to-market product. Just imagine the ad slogans. Air, now with extra fractiousness. Though, I suppose it only works on other Auntie's Choice employees, not our preservative-free rivals. Ah, there. I have determined the ideal counter-agent. Here you are. Place it and the spore samples into
He's
that
probably going to market it as
enable the device, and it will get a working
something that can be used to
return with it directly as soon as it
make
does.
the soldiers more vicious, I guess. Chemical counter agent. Let's see. Alright. That's quite fun. You've gained the antidote for homicidal irritability.
I cannot wait to put this entire sordid affair behind us. Though in the end, this should turn out to be quite a lucrative day. I saw you working the chemical synthesizer. I presume you were successful in creating an antidote?
I think so. Read outside synthesis complete. Reaction yield stabilized. Yes, but I'm afraid it will cost you more. Yes, but I'm afraid it will cost you more.
Nice try. But you don't possess nearly the negotiating power you might suspect. Not when I can simply bide my time and wait for another gormless dunderhead to stumble by. Why, let that thick-headed boob amble off with your reward. Not budging? Oh, all
I'll
right.
destroy the machine, and then they won't be able to make any more.
As a merit bonus for your superlative performance?
We have ourselves a deal then.
Wonderful, wonderful! Knew you seemed a bankably reliable sort. All right. I am activating the air filtration system. There. Should only take a few moments for the antidote to circulate. Everyone still alive should be right as rain shortly.
About that.
Marvelous. You'll find your remuneration in the chest behind me. My supervisor will hear of your actions. Oh, and before I forget, I, Omid Ormsby, under the power granted me by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, hereby free you from impressed service to Auntie's Choice. Be seeing you.
And I've just crossed over the line to being trusted by Auntie's Choice. Oh, he had his own canid in there with him. Escape suit, Juno Spoom Boom Starter Plus, and Heartless Euphoria. Also, one other thing, I should probably shoot him to stop him actually using this bloody chemical, shouldn't I? Alright. So, biomass pistol, it's another one of those, already had that. Escape suit, better evasion and sprint speed. Looks quite cool. But less armor. Escape protocol, when the wearer drops below 30% health, the smoke bomb is dissipated, has 10 minute cooldown, which was reduced based on your sneak skill. Not that helpful to me. It's a bit of a pity because it's quite a cool looking set of armour. It's sneaky armour that glows with bright green lights all over it. Adreno Spoon Boom Starter Plus. That looks like it may be better than what I currently have. 300 health instantly, and then 300 health over 5 seconds. 202. Yeah, it is. It's the same but better. Cool. It's the toxicity 90. Toxicity 90 is the same. Cool. How am I doing for ammunition? Yeah, 10% damage resistance is not that helpful, I don't think. It's not bad, but yeah, the armor's just not worth it. Break down all junk to make sure I've got crafting materials. Virus cancer wouldn't hurt to have some of that. Halo charges wouldn't hurt either. Right. Yeah, really do just need some biomass, don't I? Oh, the other thing I was going to check was how much charge I've got on Halo. Is it 12 charges? I was trying to tell me it's 12 charges, but I don't know. I've not used it a lot, so it could well be, actually. Cool. So that was 200 shots for that pistol if I want to use it. Right there. Not too shabby. So, that's Eden's Bounty Agri Center. Well, let's push on towards town, I guess. Well, the case is going to end up in the same place anyway, so... You good, buddy? Your posterior has been saved. I think you're the only survivor, but... one of two. I wish you weren't the only survivor, but...
Epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community,
Jesus.
purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night.
Huh. Well, at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
Some hardcore propaganda going out there.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile. Do hate to come off impolite. If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confabulate.
Interesting use of words. Hold on, I'm here on Protectorate business. I'm looking for Charlton Weintraut. Well, why not?
Apologies, but I don't believe I should be discussing such matters with you without permission. Once you report to the Vigilant, I'd be happy to speak freely. Word to the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
Might just be the last thing they ever do, if they do.
Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species.
So.
Can unbalance even the most
There's Charlton Weintraut that we need to find.
nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualists within Auntie's choice. So don't fret. The system is
Requisitions
the
mech.
system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees.
See what you got.
Initiating.
Revolver. Mods. Revolver in general. Some clothing. Mag picks. Definitely wouldn't mind those. Deadly uniform. Decryption key. Definitely want that. How much is that? 850. It's a lot, but I want it. Adrenaline Edge Mark III. Stabby stabby. You want to be sneaky and stabby? I don't really, but... Embraced uniform. I could then upgrade to make it better. A small improvement, but it would actually give me most of the time a similarity pitchable go. I'm not going to bother right now. It's actually not that bad, considering I could just then bang some upgrades in it and make it better. But I think what I will do for now, sell my junk. I don't think I want anything else, do I? Oh, that. Probably don't want that. No. Definitely don't want a light pistol. Don't want the escape suit either. Cool.
Is a fellow subject lacking
Patriarch and Sovereign chose Eden, the perfect ecotope, as our home, and devised the paradigm as a great way to maintain it.
Right. The most ardent of Protectorate citizens, is he? Ooh. A bit mechanical.
Well, it's infected. Meds don't arrive soon, we'll have to start cutting. You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle.
What in the void happened here? Damn shame. Best of luck. What happened here?
You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again.
Curativist row. Lost the cat? Yes. Oh, I thought she might have come in. But she has not. Damn shame. Best of luck.
Alright. Well, don't let me keep you.
I can't do anything to that.
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically. So they've started the war to grab any part of the paradigm that they can.
You've returned.
I never left, actually.
Covered in burns, acquired in battle during the attack. The only relief I have is when I can jump in the water and float over my former house.
It does rather suck. Mentally repressed subject.
To deliberate is to cause ruin.
Yes. Described as either brainwashing or possibly chemical lobotomy.
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses. But then, how do I cook the fish?
Yeah. All part of the plan. Hey, if it ain't nailed down, right? Designate a light revolver. Okay. West broadcast facility, huh? What's the deal with this? 61 damage. Mark your target, making them priority to companions increases the damage they take. Also increases weak spot damage in general. Seems cool. I could stick some, well, an extra barrel on there and maybe. It smells like, I don't have a barrel mod for it. Okay. Could craft one, maybe. Assuming this is going to go outside. Yep.
Protocols not yet charged.
I guess the guy I need to find is going to be upstairs because he doesn't seem to be downstairs. Now, how did you just climb over the balcony instead of taking the stairs? If you did, I'm going to look down my nose at you like the twit you are. This bag with a flywheel in it. Well, I could pick the lock. We'll see about that, maybe. Vigilant Hogard. That's the guy we need to go and see.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please, let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Westport looks in bad shape. Anything that did help? How is the Protectorate a guiding light for humanity? Just how is the Protectorate a guiding light for humanity?
Our society was built from the bedrock up, through the vision of our matriarch. Due to her genius, the structure of our society is perfect, planned down to the last subject. We all work as a unified whole for the betterment of all. Unlike those corporate colonies, where it's every person for themselves.
I'm all for the good of the whole and all that, but given that you kind of force people into whatever job without really a great deal of consideration to their aptitudes, or so it seems anyway, I'm surprised that they haven't just kind of collapsed entirely. Assuming there must be some consideration of what a person's aptitudes are. Or perhaps they consider more aptitude than desire. Everyone feel that way? What about the people at the bottom of the society? Perfect structure for the rich, maybe. I doubt the lower classes think so. Yeah, they do. They're not given any choice. They're kind of brainwashed into it. No room for personal freedom. If it's so perfect, how did Downey's choice invade you? What about the people... Well, we already know the answer to this. Tempted to give him crap, but I'm not going to. No room for personal freedom.
Personal freedom is just another way to encourage selfish consumerism. Why, we've even eradicated manual labor through our perfection of auto mechanicals. Can aunties claim such? That brings me to a matter I'd like to discuss with you, actually. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence. Auto mech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
It's a sprat.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however.
Catch it now.
To work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
If I had them, I could turn them in, but do automatic parts help you grant a reprieve? How exactly? Wait, did I miss a memorandum? What do you need a reprieve for anyway? Can't you just reprogram them? And I'm off. How exactly do they grant? We're trying to figure out which one fits my character better. Can't you just reprogram them?
Recalibrating a mechanical is not simply a matter of flipping a few switches. We'd need variable gears and essential motivators to have any hope of rebuilding their programming. Reprogramming mechs to perform functions outside their assigned roles is a complicated affair. Our wily chief mechanist can do it, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
So why exactly do you need a reprieve?
Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcement we're obliged to repeat incessantly. Well, allow me to paraphrase. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs.
Seems rather cruel.
These fine and decent folk don't deserve having their lives thrown away on account of my failures. If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the Arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain
Does seem
things
generally
around here
okay,
in the
this
spirit of
guy.
continuity and such.
Half the town is underwater, and they're getting around that.
Hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Your require assistance. Let's negotiate my fee. Dedication to people is inspiring. I'll get those parts for you. Yeah, okay. Also, like I say, well, these guys are not about to become a threat, I don't think, to anybody who just want to rebuild their town. It's the ones across the bridge that we need to undermine, really. Because that's where the military forces are.
That's abundantly kind of you. Though there must be something I can offer.
Well, you have intimate knowledge of the Vox Station's workings. Correct? Yeah, let's go with that one.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there. Once at least.
That's what you used to
I
it
was
there.
previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
Top secret Earth Directorate business, can't say more. I'm pursuing malefactor. Oh, yeah, that's doesn't specify who I'm working for. Pursuing a malefactor named Augustine Debris. Vox relays her last name location.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
He's a bit willing to ask for help from some random stranger who just sauntered in his front door. He's got no idea who I am, what I can do. He knows somebody's gardener. He has absolutely no idea about my capabilities, who I am, or anything. He's just like, oh, by the way, go and get some stuff and save our town, will you? But a random stranger who just walks into my house. How could I say no to that?
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry
Got
of
one
Accuracy.
already.
Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
I've got one of those, so I'm off. I could say that. Looks like I'm facing imminent death. Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't think there'll be a problem there.
Farewell now.
Yeah, there isn't. Well, there's a little clue as to what he might try and interpret from the fact I already had one. So this is his private quarters. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be hostile. Doesn't need to let revolver with ooh, peacekeeper helmet. With a shock damage on it. I'm not sure I really want one with shock damage on it. But it's not such a bad thing. There's a pair of glasses. Needs to clean his bathroom floor. Propagandist clothing. Welcome, duly authorized subject. Permissions required. Please input login credentials now, which I don't have. I'm guessing they're on his person. I could probably pick them off him if I had the pickpocket perk, but I don't. Unless they're laying around somewhere, I'm guessing not.
Stranger? Hello again. Here to help? Or just being friendly?
What's your favorite thing about life in the Protectorate?
Hard to say, since I don't know any other way. We have more sense of community than other places, which I couldn't imagine getting by without. Before the invasion, automechs took care of most things. I had plenty of time for my interests. Forays into nature, socializing. Must say I do look forward to mealtime around here. Arcadian tenderloin in particular remains a favorite. Hard to find a bad meal in the Protectorate, though. See you when I see you.
So a lot of folks, it seems, do reasonably well out here. Like, she's definitely well looked after, but it also seems like plenty of other people also have it really shitty, so... Definitely, well, that's the way these things always go, isn't it? But...
The Sovereign really does think of everything.
Yeah, a lot of the ideas in the Protectorate are bang on, yeah. Remove as much menial labour from the equation as humanly possible, so that people... And they don't seem to have a great deal of use for like cash, basically, money. They just kind of get what they need, requisition what they need. Hack and a bypass shunt. I've got shunts, but no hack skills. So, yeah, they can kind of do less work and more time on stuff they should be spending time on. On the other hand, it feels like there's plenty of people down the bottom of their heap who are maybe not doing so well. Reference water status, abundant. Seawater desalination purification system operating at baseline level of flawless automechanical efficiency. Much like all aspects of Protectorate society, it's perfect. System water exceeds maximum standards of potability. Subjects may drink, bathe, recreate, irrigate without care or restraint. Glory to the Sovereign. Reservoir status momentarily contaminated. Seawall breach. System is contaminated with elevated levels of salinity. Though currently overwhelmed, purifiers will compensate without question. System abides in all things, and soon the reservoir will run clear again. Not today, though. Until purification system rights itself, bottled beverages remain a prudent option. In recent days after the only days after the seawall breach, the water desalination purification system has returned to pre-invasion levels of efficiency. The reservoir quality is approaching semi-potability and suitable for irrigation and a bathing spritz. This recovery of the purification system was never in doubt, a case of events writing themselves. System truly does abide.
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system.
Serve the Sovereign. A fine quote. My favorite is, we must rout all disruptive factors and invasive elements.
Not quite the way I wanted it to. Don't go over the edge. Quick save. Can't get up that. Ah, made it. No, I actually can't. Okay. Trying to get this way without falling all the way down the bottom was, I mean, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. Whoa, that's the barred door. Right, okay. That's pretty. Flooding notwithstanding. You spots a bother there. Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. Okay. We good.
This looks like the place. No, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope it's here.
Ah, right, okay. A little ahead of time, maybe, but... So we've managed to stagger down into this destroyed area on the outer edge of town. There's the guy. Let's see, so we were up here, and we've now managed to drop down here. Okay, cool. Let's rummage through the broken houses before we go any further. See if we can find anything worth having.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendly.
Do kind of want to try something else. Short rounds. Ah, same as that. Okay. I mean, it's doing more damage. It seems like a no-brainer, really, doesn't it? Let's try this out. Let's. Oh yeah, this is a corrosion firing gun, isn't it? I think. Yeah. So better against things that have armor on. Okay. That's exactly given to extreme range, I see.
You know when you need a distraction.
Emergency protocols ready.
That seems to be quite effective, actually. I like the top up on that. Right, so let's try the revolver just for the lols. Yeah, sorry, Niles. Oh, that's quite cool.
Sequencing attack strategies.
Okay, so from the hip, you fan the hammer, but you don't when you aim it. That's quite cool. Cool little details there. Suddenly I'm more interested in the pistol build than I was. I mean, that's good for sniping. It's better for medium. Take that for armoured foes for right now. Let's swap them out. Was that meant to be a question, Wayne? I'm not quite sure how that came out. As far as I'm aware, pets are not a thing in this game. As far as I'm aware. Unless you're telling me that it's the case that they are. So I could be wrong. But as far as I'm aware, they're not. You really do need to get up there and get some pictures of that thing. That was once a pub. Don't mind stocking up, it's got to be said.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprag race. Just didn't account for all these crabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the crabbles skedaddle. Or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Didn't go well for him. Had a whole bunch of supplies, allegedly. Don't see any of those supplies being left. But that's fine. Let's go and have a poke around these houses. What's left of them? Spacer outfit. Could be upgraded. Kind of tempted to upgrade it, actually. I would quick save first when we find a workbench, that is. Did see one up top, if nowhere else, didn't I? Lockbox. Finding plenty of lockboxes. Few decryption keys, though. It's not terribly surprising, but still. Better than I thought it was going to. And the bottle hit the floor when it was tossed over my shoulder. Don't make me jump like that, Niles, you absolute dumbass. Oh, I could have lost at least a year off my life there. And these are all the supplies the guys stashed. Nice. Yep. He apparently worships at the altar of Auntie. So it would seem. Charlton. Ah, Charlton wine charts. Missions. The password already left written in. Go, go, go getter. Yeah. Hidden ambitions. Were it but offered, I would revel in the life of a minor functionary within middle administration, but such is not my lot under the Protectorate. Once one is delegated to a post, there they must remain. What is a person with ambitions meant to do here, I ask, besides wallow in obscurity? I oftentimes wonder how I might fare within Auntie's Choice, freewheeling meritocratic society, though to even consider such thoughts is to court swift rendition to a mental refreshment centre. Paths of uncertainty. As unheard of as it sounds, I have been reassigned by Vigilant Hogarth. He has tasked me to raise the spirits of my fellow subjects by reciting inspirational words from the Sovereign. A great honour to be sure, but I worry, if my mind ever begins to wander, will I start singing the spirited product jingles of our commercialist rivals? Yet I must hold firm, such doubts are contrary to the true go-getter I know myself to be. Forbidden fruit taste. Admin Chatterjee indicated my recent conduct was a profound disappointment to all Protectorate society, as the frequency of my washroom visits has increased by 5.6% and my manner has become jittery and fretful. I dared not admit the reason. I now feel impelled to devour Auntie's choice purpleberry crunch at every opportunity. I nodded, accepting 6 demerits and an extra work hour to offset the loss in output. My thoughts already turning to my sweet prohibited indulgence. Serial thriller. Despite how thrilling I find this, Red Cloak serial, it has left my days and nights full of worry and doubt. Like all who tune in, I cheer at the exploits of the lone righteous sentinel as she nabs hidden sympathizers intent on undermining our Protectorate. But the miscreants are shipped off to... as the miscreants are shipped off for mental refreshment, I wonder, what would Red Cloak think of my purpleberry crunch consumption? Or my enthrallment with its advertisements? I fear I know the answer. So it seems like he might be addicted to purpleberry crunch. And for that reason, well, this was, yeah, that explains the bit all over his house. Explain his treachery against the Protectorate. Not that I care about that, but it is interesting nonetheless. Science Adventures Quarterly Volume 1. Commander Zane and Buddy. Wild Roy, the Raised by Primal's Boy. We're making progress. How many of those do I have? Found 5, so that's another 4, so there's 5 more supposedly to find out there. No, there'll be 4 more to find out there. I don't know, there'll be 5. I'm confused now. How many do I actually have on me? Can I look that up? That might give me an actually useful answer, mightn't it? One, 2, 3, 4. So I do have 4. I can turn those in for a reward. I might do that before the end of the day. R.I.P. Daily Journal of Good Neighbour Emily Woodham, mid-year 2358. Another perfect day. A reliably kept journal for later reminiscence and routine sentinel review. Mid-year 2358. 700 hours. Awake to another day of comfort and security with gratitude to vigilant Hogarth and our sovereign in his benevolence. 7:30. Broke morning fast with a nourishing meal of tribute pancakes prepared with typical automechanical flair. 10:30. Noticed neighbour Dirty taking his normal afternoon work much earlier today, bears further scrutiny, possible reporting. Neighbour Ryland arrived for our crafts activity at 12:30. Brought a freshly pre-baked certainty sweet cake. He expressed great contentment with our perfect life, yet pondered if it might ever end. 20:32. Reported neighbour Ryland. 12:32 rather. Because he debated whether or not the perfection might fall. 12:45, ate the sweet cake. 1700 hours, enjoyed a evening meal while rereading Beacon to the Cosmos, nourished physically and spiritually. 8 o'clock, retired listening to everyone's neighbour Prudence on the wireless, untroubled by doubt or concern. Another perfect day ends. For the glory of the Sovereign, Emily Woodham, vital cog. Less sympathetic. Neighbour expressed slight fear that supposedly perfect life might come to an end. Reasonable, rational fear in things are going well. Or concern, anyway. And her solution was to report this person for brainwashing. Wonderful. Yet another perfect day. First century of 2359. Awoke to a new and brilliant day of abundance with thanks to Vigilant Hogarth, benevolent sovereign. Consumed prestige regal tarts, nourishingly delicious. Spotted aircraft streaking across the sky. One appears to have landed east side of Westport. How curious. East side of Westport. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Mind you, Westport is on the east side anyway, which also doesn't make much sense. We have guests. 4 out-of-towners in strange uniforms tramping through the foul bed. They hurried away before I could invite them in for tea. Many more out-of-towners now. They take umbrage with our automechanicals, inflicting heavy damage, though perhaps in preparation to replace them with more wonderful models. Out-of-towners at my door, requesting entry. They are insistent. Strangers will not leave. Their words confound me. They claim they were chosen by someone's aunt to share unbridled consumerism. We'll need to confirm spelling. Perhaps ask Vigilant Hogarth. Oh my, they are forcing open the door. Okay, so a bunch of Auntie's Choice folks came in and bushed everybody. Wonderful. The ones who presumably blew up the wall and flooded the town. I mean, I'm not massively sympathetic, given that she was only too happy to backstab to her neighbours at the drop of a hat. But then again, she was raised to believe that's the thing to do. And it looks like she got murdered here, and then bloodied footprints just traipsed all the way over her. Before her house was looted, I assume. Charming. Right. So, requisitions back. Workbench. Well, not much point in fast travelling. It'll take me just as much time to run over there. The first thing I'm going to do, actually, is fast travel. So I want to go and turn that quest in over here. In pursuit of purloined propaganda. Which, up from the Ministry of Accuracy, is probably going to be the fastest way to get there. We'll get some goodies, and then once we've got that, we'll try and make a decision on what we're going to do next. How do we? Seems recording was hitting my frames harder than streaming is doing. Because my frame rate is right now considerably higher than we were up there, weren't we? It was when I was recording. Yeah, Redactor Quinzel.
You've returned. I take it matters are
Some
progressing
wonders.
well?
4 more volumes.
Ah, well, then here are your rewards, per earlier terms discussed. I trust you'll find it all useful. Return with the remaining 5 volumes to complete the set, and I shall provide you the rarest rarities available to me.
So what did I get? Not much of a great deal of interest, I don't think. These are exactly the same. I'd either go with that, which does have something about it, but I think that's probably more the way I'd go. And then I'll see if I can modify it into something cool. Damage, toxicity, crash threshold, max health. I see those cards do actually give me a little extra benefits. That's quite cool. So I've got cash and a tiny little extra benefit. Not great. Right, so just quickly check. Yep. Cool. There's a bench here, but it's not massively convenient to get to. Surprisingly, not very convenient to get to under the circumstances. So we'll see if I can't produce a better set of armor, or a set of armor that I'm happy with.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession. Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh?
Actually, I did. He was very welcoming.
Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you after how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport.
You saying you're unqualified for the job?
Not exactly. All the underlying logic's the same if you mull it over.
Yes, I don't know if this guy is relatively good or not very good at avoiding getting himself into trouble. Must be hard keeping this place running. Must be, yeah, okay.
Much to do, truly. Toughest challenge now
Recognise
is
this actor's voice as well.
If that generator goes, for instance, doubt I have means to fix it. We lose power to charge our mechs, this place is done for. Final nail in the coffin, or similarly minded metaphor of your choosing. Not that the paradigm would allow that, of course.
Any thoughts on the other residents?
Curativist Row is a fine sort. Pillar of our community. Might impatient, sure, but with how busy she is, we'd all do well to respect her time. Watch out for that Weintraut fellow. Talk your ear off if you let him. Kinda lonesome, but doesn't let anybody near his place for some reason. Even before the flooding. Everybody else? Decent enough, I guess.
Yeah, might have already been in his place. What's it all involved in reprogramming mechs?
Mechs do all the heavy work for us in the Protectorate. Just like each of us, each type of mech has their assigned specialty. Takes a little doing, but you can readjust them. The combat mech can be reconfigured to oversee comestible distribution, for instance. Or mine or harvest crops. All you need is the know-how to retool their subroutines. And the right parts. Plenty of parts. Granted, reprogrammed mechs are never as efficient as those specially made for a role, but they get by, eventually, after a fashion. Outsider.
Right. I'm going to quickly change my batteries.
Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Law. We are bound to inform you that you have entered
Right.
a recreant locality. Record states
I want to... Yeah, probably things as they are for now. I don't think it's much that I want to sell. Let's go and see about maybe changing some armor up. There we go. Okay, so we'll get my life choices here. So, armor. Really want to change that one. Space outfit. Apparently, I can only put allegedly one thing in. Looked like there was more than one slot there. Doesn't seem like it was really worth doing. Only gives me one armor. Yeah, that's disappointing. So that's why I quick saved it. No, balls. Then I quick saved it again, but hopefully. Good. Multiple slots. Press the wrong button. I meant to load instead of save. A little concerned I might have accidentally overwritten my save and screwed myself over. Well, not that it would have been the end of the world or anything, but... Company equipped. Can't change the one I have equipped apparently. Okay. Crafting. Armor mods. Okay. Weapon mod. Exciting there. Right, okay. So that got me nowhere fast. Okay, okay.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside, however, I may offer you a limited
I've got to pay. I get it. In fact, that's the armor that I can then... So we got deeply confused. This is armoring 3. Can't see because my head's in the way. But there's only one slot. I'm very confused as to what the implication there is. Whatever. Okay. That's... I just don't think there's anything I want to buy there, is there? No, not really.
Of the sovereign to guide them.
Greetings. No, however, I may offer initiate.
Cool. Check how my health looks actually. Well, I've got an inventory full of shite loads of food. Cool. That's a good place to start. I feel like 9's a bit excessive. Maybe it's about bang on. Okay. Cool. Makes sense.
A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation.
Right.
Sleep well at night.
So that is the quest I want to do next. Definitely want me some better gear though. Anyway. Well, for right now, it is about time to pause for the evening. So,
Thank the sovereign.
let's do just that. Yeah, fun. Tell you what, that mod that's tweaking the settings to make it run better is a huge difference. It does feel so much smoother. I mean, it wasn't unmanageable before, but apart from in town where it was a bit rough. But generally running around wasn't too bad, but it does feel considerably nicer now that it's been tweaked a little bit. So definitely happy about that. I should put details of the mods I'm using in the description, actually. I might remember to do that afterwards. I need to have a look to see if anyone's done anything about photo mode yet. Yeah, enjoying that, having fun, pressing on. We'll see how far we get next time. Should be cool. Yeah, definitely enjoying. Back to it tomorrow, I think. If you haven't seen already, and you're, especially if you're on PC and you are interested in modding this game to make it run a little better, I did do a video, as I say, earlier today, so you can have a look at that. Camp Build went up early in the week as well. You can jump into Fallout and advance on that a little bit, because yeah, I need a lot of headway in order to finish off the mini season. And oh, actually, yeah, there was something else I was going to do, wasn't there? It's just double school weekend this weekend. something else I will need to do this evening before I go to bed, which is fine because it gives me something to actually do. I was a little bit like, on the fence. It does look better, does it, Steve? That's good. As I say, it was not as smooth as we'd like. Surprisingly manageable, but needed some work. Wonder why the devs didn't do themselves? Yeah, I wonder why as well. Be any number of reasons, couldn't there? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Could be bloody anything, really, innit? It's not like we're ever going to get an answer. But hopefully, if a modder was able to do it with an Unreal Engine within, so not, you know, there's just usual engines or anything like that, was able to approach this and then have a mod out within a few hours of the game going live that fixes significant portions of the performance, I would hope, I mean, you'd have hoped that the devs would have done it in the first place, but I would hope that they're going to go, yeah, okay, we can do this ourselves and, you know, build it into the game. But we'll see what happens. Maybe there is some other reason for not doing it, but I don't know. Yes, I did see that one, Steve, actually, yeah. Mods turning off achievements. Yeah. I haven't really noticed achievements coming up much anyway. I'm sure they have, but yeah, I did get a few of them apparently. Even trading cards, weird. Yeah, a few days ago was the last one I got. So what have I got? I've got 2 achievements so far, which is collecting 1 tossable card, and then I've got another one for landing on Paradise Island, so getting into the first area here. And then what else have we got? Absolutely nothing else. The next one comes up probably the end of this section, and there's a whole load of other weird bits and pieces. You care about such things. Yeah. So I haven't missed out on anything yet, although I'm sure I will as time goes on. Not that I care. Yeah, my other half goes for achievements and stuff on Switch sometimes. Not all the time, but she does sometimes like 100% things. I really don't care, to be honest. Yeah, it just doesn't interest me. There's no upside to it. There's no story or anything like that. It's just like, do some random crap. Yeah, doesn't appeal to me. To each their own. Anyway, we will dive back in tomorrow because I'm enjoying myself at the moment. This is fun. Definitely feels better than the first game did. Like I say, the first game started off fun and then dropped off very quickly. I liked bits of it, but long before we left whatever the first area was, with the Saltuna Cannery and where we met Pavati and stuff, long before we left that area, excuse me, I was starting to be a bit like, yeah, I'm not so sure about this. And obviously it did not stay entertaining through the middle. It picked up towards the end, but it did take a while to get there. Anyway, like I say, enjoying this one, so we will push on tomorrow at about 8 o'clock. Anyway, I need to make a very brief video and then probably try and go to bed at a sensible time because I'm tired today. So, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed. You know where the buttons are if you haven't already. Likes, subs, notification bell. I very, very much appreciate. Social media links in the description and channel memberships down below if you want to support the channel. I do very much appreciate. Yes, join us for a bit more tomorrow night. Should be good. Check out some videos if you feel like it. Plenty of them. And I'll jump on making probably just a short one before I go to bed. But yeah, should be cool. So, until tomorrow, look after yourself. Stay safe. I'll see you around about 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. It'll be good. Have a good night, folks. I'll see you then. Good night. Bye.